Hello. How is everyone doing? Facebook, YouTube. Today we have our VIP of this year, the WordPress developer Nitin with FlowMattic, and our another unsung hero of the stream, Alberto. Alberto, how is your weekend? Nitin, how is it going over there?
Good.
Hey everyone, glad to meet you. I wish I could see all of them.
Thank you, thank you. I hope everyone is in the stream right now. Say hello if you are joining. We are here to hear from you. And then we are going to do some show and tell. And before that, we are I am personally attached to this product in a different manner because it helps me to automate even the simpler task. So I am going to show a little bit of it, that how I restart servers and certain things using webhooks. So even that is possible. Now, I know that it might be a long stretch that you can use webhooks to actually restart servers and stuff, but that is possible. So I'm just talking about the possibilities. And of course, Nitin will do the actual show and tell that we are going to learn from it. And I think Alberto is doing also the same thing, that we will really watch it, our own stream, to learn things about it. So what is FlowMattic? FlowMattic is an automation tool which allows you to connect WordPress events or SaaS products, different type of SaaS products, and create a chain of actions to put it together. So this is a simpler version of it. There is much more to it, and we are going to take a look. But before that, I also want to mention, just because this is a WordPress plugin, do not think it is limited to WordPress. It is not. You can actually use it to talk with external products. So, for example, you can talk with MailChimp, then you can take an action to some other things. You can call OpenAI and create a prompt and get the feedback and send a response to somebody using SendGrid. This is just an example. So, in this example, all three of them are actually external tools. But yes, you will need WordPress as your platform to automate these things. So let me not take so much of this time. So I will give the microphone to Nitin. Please tell us your side of the story.
Hey everyone, I am really pleased to have this webinar with Rabin, and I call him brother Alberto. Yeah, I had a very interesting story behind FlowMattic, and I have shared it multiple times as well. But let's get it short for you, those who don't know about it. I was actually working with Codable before starting on the development of FlowMattic. I had a few clients requesting similar things on a repeating basis, like connecting their contact forms, their WooCommerce, their custom CRMs to Zapier only. Then I had a privilege to see one of our clients billing, as he asked me to check it once. So, because he was just having some uses and not all the tasks were being consumed, but he had to pay around more than $500 for just 2,000 tasks at that time. So he asked me to create a small plugin that could break that chain. It was Entreport and another one CRM he was using. So I just created a small plugin like connector for him, and he was just happy and uh, asked me to connect few more as well. So after deciding, like after examining these requests, I went to Zapier, studied it around 1.5 months or even more than that, and then started working on the idea if we can do. We can actually develop some plugins that is based on WordPress, or and that will break the chain for many of users. So yeah, then started working on Flomatic in the mid of 2029 and released the first version last year. Since then, we our main focus is only Flomatic. As you can see, the growth of development and everything that we put into it. So yeah, that's it. And we just starting the new phase of integrations. We were slow in releasing new integrations last few months for because I wanted to make the core base as strong as possible. And yeah, we did it with the 3.0 version, and yep, we are now releasing new integrations on daily basis, if not 2 or 3 days mostly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nitin. Actually, he is a very humble and amazing person. If you interacted with him for the last 2 years, you will know this by your heart. So every response that he gives in his forum or group and everywhere else is very, very down to earth and open to suggestions. So this is very important things that we look in founders. It makes all the difference. I want to give the mic to our great friend Alberto. Is also my brother from another mother, and so he has his own agency, web development agency, and he's tightly integrated into WordPress scene. And Alberto, take the mic,
Yeah,
say something.
yeah. So Nitin's been amazing, as many of you guys, if you guys are part of his group, you guys will see, super helpful. And knowing the time difference, he'll stay up till 2, 3 in the morning trying to help you with a problem. So I think that's amazing that a founder, in his position and everything like that, cares about his product, that he'll go above and beyond, to help you out. Besides that, there was a couple of times people posted certain things about him, and you quickly see how many people jump in to defend him and the product. Recently, with this new deal that's going on right now in Rocket Hub, um, people have been saying bid integrations. Why am I going to go to this when bid integrations is so cheaper? Bid integrations in itself is a good product, but it's very basic. It's a one-to-one automation. It doesn't let you do one to multiple. So if you need something basic and you don't want and you don't feel that in the future you'll need to expand, then go for it. But everything's priced the reason why it is. And if you look at the bid apps group for bid integration, they'll tell you themselves that they're not looking to make this any more complex. They're looking to keep the tool very simple. They are working on a more complex tool. For a while, the founder was stating that it's going to be a yearly cost, that he wasn't going to do a lifetime deal on it. And one time he said there might be a lifetime deal, but he can't guarantee it. Um, so, so that's where you start to realize, like, hey, there is a greater need. A lot of people are just starting off and they're getting a taste with this one-to-one, and then you're going to be left at like, well, now I want to get this from automating this to this and jump to this next step. Bid integrations doesn't let you do that. Where Flomatic, it lets you do as many as possible. Plus, Nitin's done a great job to make it easier for people to create and connect, which he'll probably show you guys today on the live, how to custom connect um, other automations and other programs and stuff that's not even created yet by him. But in the beginning, you'll see too in his group, every week there was 5, 10 new integrations. He was pushing them out. And then you saw the newer releases of Flomatic, all the new core integrations that he had, the email parsing. There's a bunch of stuff. It can make your life easier too, in the sense of you can have your customer send you a CSV of whatever product they want to add to the website and a picture, and you can automate that whole process to when they send you the CSV, the way that you format it and send it to them with the new product, it automatically puts the product in there. You can have it in draft mode so you can review it, or you can automatically just publish it. So it creates less work for you to do because all this stuff is automated, and all thanks to Flomatic and all thanks to all the hard work that Nitin and his team has done. And you'll see that. I mean, just jump in his group before you buy, and you'll see the love for the product and the love for him and his team. They do a wonderful job. They're very great at support. And even even though he tells you open up a ticket is the best way, you'll still see him trying to answer people's questions, and you see other members in the group trying to help people out. It's it's a very great product, and people can, everybody that has this product can tell and see the love he has for it.
Definitely, I can vouch for it, and I will go and fight for it because I have seen a lot of competition which actually doesn't make sense. So I went ahead and write the blog post, and specifically I have mentioned that how it is differing with, yes, it has similarities with Uncanny Automator, but then you don't get the custom apps and certain level of things. And Automator WP also falling quite a lot behind in the automation features. Um, we have a chart for it. So later I will show that. But meanwhile, I just wanted to say hi to everyone who took their time during the weekend to join this stream. I am so proud of you guys and thankful to you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Jane, Sam, yeah, I got your message. Yes, I will ask him to do the demo. It will happen. And Ankit, Jadip, thank you. Thank you for joining, guys. It means a lot that you guys are here. That is how we learn all together. So it is a community effort. It's not just you, it's not just myself or Nitin talking about product. We actually get feedback from you guys. So thank you. Thank you for that. So
Thank
now,
you, everyone. I guess Rohani, there's an issue with something like many people have joined from Facebook and we are not able to see their names. I guess we have to some.
oh yeah, that one I let me put in the notice for
Mhm.
that, and they just have to give permission to here. So let me put this link on the comment. Hopefully, they will be able to see where did Alberto go.
Yeah, so we can see who is commenting or
Yeah,
yeah.
but I will collect all of them
Mhm.
separately as well.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So Nitin, you want to show your screen? Then I will let you take the stage.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you can go ahead and so some of the people give me a little bit of feedback that maybe you go through it a bit slowly so everyone can catch what you are doing and
Okay.
explain a bit more.
Yeah, sure.
So
I
yeah,
will do my best. This is
yeah. They message me separately.
yeah, this is
Uh,
the normal.
so I will show your screen now on the screen. So I will yeah, just like this.
Yes, sure. Let me first give a huge thank to Rohani for pushing me up for the sessions integration. We did it the best as we could. When I compare the sessions integration with all other automation platforms, I was not able to found much of them have integrated yet, but Zapier has it, but it has only triggers.
Yeah.
Though, yeah, Zapier don't have any actions for now, but I guess it will be updated soon.
This is fantastic work. Guys, I just want to tell you the story, the little story behind this. He actually did this sessions integration in last 4 hours from now.
Yeah.
So imagine the pace of work and how the quality of work inside it. So yeah,
Yeah, I did extensive testing with Rohani's account as he was bombarded with too many emails.
no issues at all. I was happy to do this,
Yeah,
help
sure.
in the process.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess Alberto mentioned that email parser is pretty much useful. So I had already added one workflow example here for how you can cancel the booking if someone mails you and it has a word to cancel meeting or something like that. You can just use the email parser, filter the words, or check it if it has the word cancel, and then cancel the meeting as well. Sorry, booking as well on sessions. So that's kind of workflows you can do with email parsers and all other tools as well. Let me give you a brief introduction to what Flomatic is. So let's start with the dashboard first. Dashboard has stats and workflow templates, which is being worked on. We have only 17 to 18 templates right now, released templates. I mean, we are working on a system that will help us making the process of releasing or creating new workflow templates with the help of AI. And we will definitely release around 2 to 300 workflow templates by the end of this month, which is going to help a lot of users to get started. You just need to click on the use template button and give the workflow a name and click on the get started. It will import the template from our cloud to your site. It will create a new workflow for you with the applications and action steps predefined. So you can just fill out the information required and get started. That's how easy it is. Now coming back to the stats, we have the workflows created display for you, so you can see how many workflows you have already created. Apps connected, this is from the connect feature we have launched in 3.0. Custom apps, this is what we have launched along with the connect. So you can create uh, custom applications using the help of apis that your application or the SaaS product you are using has released. If you what you need to create a custom app is just the API documentation and the authentication method. We currently support the API key, basic authentication, OAuth authentication, and the bearer token authentication. The four are most used authentication methods. You can connect any of those applications that give you the API or the public API. Some of the apps have Zapier only API, so that's not possible for getting you to a public API. But for those kind of workflows, you can use Zapier to just get the triggers if they need the triggers, or you can just use that particular action and do all other workflow actions within the Flowmatic. So you can save a lot on your Zapier bills as well. Next, uh, this on the right side we added recent workflows. This helps to get you to the workflow quickly. Like if you have a workflow in draft mode, like you are working on something and then you redirect to another thing, you came back to the dashboard, you can just click on the workflow you have created recently to get it started, or you can always go to the workflows. You can search the workflow and just get started with it. The next main thing is integrations. The most powerful feature of Flomatic is the integration module. We have made it like a modular method. So what this will help you, consider we have only 142 integrations live right now, and don't need much of them. Like you need only few of them, like Google Drive or Google Leads and all Fluent CRM. So your plugin won't be that much heavy. If we release thousands of integration in future, the plugin will get too much heavier. And what all other automated automation plugins do is add all of these automations or the integrations right within the core plugin itself, which is not possible to delete or deactivate those integrations. It still loads their files or the class names, or it eats up some of the resources on your server. So to fight with that, we already have done this and made it possible to install, delete, or update integrations without being without requiring you to update the entire plugin. Like, let's say we have a Google spreadsheet integration update coming, so we don't need to give you the entire plugin update. If we are working on something which is half done, and we are working on the Google spreadsheet integration update, it will take much time for either the plugin update, or we will not be able to ship the Google spreadsheet until the update is done. So in this case, we can separately release all the integration updates. Like you can see the mail poet. Actually, there's no update right now, but we are working on it. It was just for testing purpose. You click on the update button, and it will update the integration immediately. You don't need to go to the plugins, or it doesn't affect your plugin update schedule as well. I have all these integrations installed, so I don't you don't see the install button here. But let me get to the Ruhani's side for giving you a demo of how the integrations can be installed. You can see how many installed integrations are there and how many the updates are available. Okay, so I will go ahead and install the sessions integration. It is not available yet. Okay. Yeah, it is here. I will just click on install and it will install the integration right away. Yep. You can see how easy it is to install new integrations. The next one we introduced in 3.0 is the connects functionality, which allows you to connect different apps, different APIs. Even there's no direct connection or integration available. We tried with Google authentication for Gmail as well, the Dropbox, GitHub, and many other APIs for testing. So yeah, it works just flawlessly. There are two types of connects available. Connects with the integrations. Since Connects is launched a little later, we don't have all the integrations available through that goes to the Connect. We are updating those integrations slowly, so it will you will be able to connect them from the Connect screen. In case you want to connect another account and use it with the API module, you can just click on the Connect, give it a name so we can identify which account or which SaaS application is this connection for, and you can choose the required authentication type. Basic is what we usually authenticate with the username or password. Some APIs call it API key and secret, so we named it accordingly. Then the next one is API key, which is the current sessions integration works with. The bearer tokens, some has bearer tokens. It is same as API key, but works some slightly differently. The most important and the most powerful authentication type is the 2.0. It allows you to connect your OAuth capable of application apps and SaaS products using this method. You can easily connect and go create a custom app for them. Like here's a Dropbox one. You just need to save and connect, and it will open up all the possibilities for connecting your account and connecting it through the Flomatic connects, and then you will be able to use it in your custom apps. So let's go to the custom apps, what it is and how you can use it. Right now, for the triggers part, we only support webhooks as the polling method is not yet introduced. It is a bit of complex to develop, as some of the apps works with the polling and some has throwing some errors. Since we are using remote APIs, we will surely make it work as soon as possible. But yeah, it is already in works. Okay, so Ruhani, you want me to create a custom app or anything?
Um, and no, I think you have shown the properties. So basically, that should do the job.
Okay.
Maybe I think you can show the workflows. Like most of the time,
Yeah, I will
we
go.
are going to use the workflows.
I will
So
get back.
that might be the
Yeah,
audience want to see.
I will get back to the workflows. Just let me explain the one. What is most important is that you don't need to wait for the integration. Why we are saying that? Okay, so here's the switching integration. Let me share how we did it. It's just a test. I name the action as. So you can create a link in the switchy using the API. It it needs title, description, and the URL parameters. You can configure the URL, sorry, the parameters, labels, field type, and if it is required or not. If the uh, parameter is a path variable, path variable is what we call. Let me share sessions API. So I can show you what the path variable is. Okay, you see that API slash booking pages slash the ID in parentheses. This is the ID is the path variable here. You can name it anything, but it will replace the value of the particular booking page ID. So that's what goes to the path variables. I have added another example here as well. When working with APIs or custom apps, you need only three things. First is the authentication, second is their documentation, and third is Flomatic custom apps. You can add as many required parameters as it needs. If for some reason there's an API that doesn't require the JSON or it doesn't work with the parameters, you can add the custom request body as well. So if you need, you can. Yeah, I guess I already used it for the nested kind of things like nested JSON and similar things. You can use the request body with raw JSON, or it also support the XML as well. Okay, let's get back to our workflows. I will show you. Let me let me pick one workflow here. One, should I use this one?
Yeah, you
You-
can show it live because you are already logged into the sessions backend.
Yep. I will just see how we can get the email parser working with, and we'll do some automations based on the email parser to the sessions. I already install the sessions, so let's go back to the workflows. Create a new workflow. Let me just check one thing, that the permalink setting should be, yeah, the post name. It must be either post name or the custom structure, as without it the webhooks won't work. As for the webhook to work, we need a custom rewrite rules to be enabled, and it only enables with the custom structure or the post name or anything that is not default one, the plain one. I guess I mean. Okay, let's go to the workflows. Create a new workflow. Choose the email parser. You will get an email ID here, which is the case sensitive, and you have to use send the email to the same case sensitive email, since it is encrypted with your workflow ID and the domain and the license, so it should not be modified anyway. Ronnie, can I pause the screen share so I can send an email?
Oh yeah, sure, sure, sure. There you go.
Okay. Should I go ahead and send an email?
You want to send an email to me?
No, no. I will send an email to the email parser.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, your screen is hidden.
Okay, just a second. Let me compose an email.
So while he is doing this, let me just talk to the audience a bit. So somebody asked, like Yoginder asked that it is a WordPress plugin, but you need to think of it like this. So this plugin is sitting on WordPress as an engine. So of course you can talk to the engine itself, like what triggers, what plugin events are triggering, or the hooks. But that's beside the point. You have all the SaaS products that you are connecting to. So right now, the example we are showing is basically with Sessions, which is a third-party closed system, web conferencing and webinar system. So I requested this because when I saw Sessions have API, and it triggered me that can I just manipulate this entire process? So from another utility, if somebody book a meeting with me, it will create a Sessions meeting, and I can do the entire thing with Sessions. So
Okay, done.
Nitin being remarkable, and he have done it, and you can see that you can also create other type of applications that supports OAuth and API. Yes, it has a learning curve into it, because if you haven't worked with APIs before, it will be new for you. But if you learn those tactics, means you will be able to connect almost any other apps that has API. Imagine that scenario, that there are so many apps out there, SaaS products, they comes with API. And then now you have the flexibility in your hand to integrate them and send them, route them, or check what they are doing. And you can take an action on top of it. So if there is a meeting created, you can send out an invitation to somebody. So all these are possible. Sorry, I took so much time. Can I share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Okay, are we on now?
Yes, you're on. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I just sent an email to the above email address, and here's the details. The subject is email parser test, and I just sent an email containing this text. Okay, so can you cancel the meeting for today? We can check using the filters if the email parser text contains cancel meeting. Okay, so since this email I just received is it contains the email cancel the meeting, it will show you that the execution will be continued, and you can just add the sessions action step here to cancel the booking. What you need is the connect to be created for the sessions account. Let me quickly create it for you. I'll go to the connect integration and just click on the sessions. It will ask you to name it. The name is there for identification purpose only. Let's say you are using your I mean multiple accounts. Like I'm using Rohani's one, so I will name it as sessions Rohani and use the API key. I have already shared. I will just reuse the API key from his account. Okay, save connect. So yeah, you will see that the connection is created. Connect has been added to your account, and just refresh the workflow once. So the connects will be pulled. Yep, to the connect account is the sessions. For the booking ID, we need the booking ID, so you can get the bookings for that user. Or let's say we have, I don't have any bookings with this email, so it won't work here. But you have wait, booking get participant, sorry. You need a few action steps here, so you can actually get the particular emails booking ID and then cancel it here. Or let's say we are adding someone from the email parser to the sessions, we can create a booking for him. Use the same sessions ID, booking page ID. It is the Flomatic test already created. Rohani, there's one funny thing with Sessions API. It won't allow you to connect. I mean, do add bookings to your own account to the API.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have to add another account as well. So I will connect one more account as Sessions 2. It is from one of my friend. Okay, I will refresh it once. Flomatic test 01 is the ID. Booking start at. It needs the ISO 8601 standard date format. So I need to check if it is available for the time we are setting it, which it has been 126. Booking time zone. I will use this one for base email. And save and test action. See, you cannot create booking for your own page.
Mhm.
So I have to select another account and then it will be able to create start. It is not at the available slot. Okay, let me use the available slot I used for testing. Create a booking. Here it is. I will just copy and modify the time. Save that. Okay, I have cancelled. See. No, I guess it is. I will use your account for, I mean, with booking page ID and then the friends and the mine. Yeah. So here you go. The booking is created. I guess Rohani got an email.
Yep, I have it. It's right
Yeah.
over here.
Okay, so here is the session ID. This one is the booking ID, which you can
Yep.
use.
The join session request is here.
Yeah. The session link. Let's say you have created booking for someone, and you want to send the link to join the session through WhatsApp API. You can just share this link, but you need to be able. You need to have the WhatsApp Cloud API template approved for sharing the links, or you can just share the link as an text message as well. It gets through it. We can just.
So I found a video on how to synchronize product, because sometimes it happens that you have two or three e-commerce sites,
Yep.
and now you have updated one product in site one,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to go manually update in site two and site three,
Yes.
and that can become a pain because you have to log in to WP admin and etc. Right?
Yep.
So you can actually do these kind of things, like you update one product in WooCommerce in your site one, and then FlowMattic can push these to site two and site three.
Mhm.
So those are very nice possibilities as well. And
Definitely, definitely.
yeah,
So I guess someone was asking if it is possible to synchronize the users.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yes, I saw this. Yeah,
let's get this one, the users one sorted out, and WooCommerce one will take some time to set up and all. I already have two sites. Oh, should I use this one?
yeah. You can use anything. Is fine. Both sites are like
Okay,
for testing. Yeah.
okay, great. So I will have a workflow here. Oh, you already have some workflows. No issues. Let's create a new one.
Yeah, it's just a copy of my live site.
Oh wow, you are using so many apps. Great. Okay, so the trigger will be new user. I will create a new user on this site for testing purpose. Let's go to the users, add new. Oh,
Okay. I think the can you try the other one?
yeah, sure, no problem. But it won't allow me to create new users here.
Yeah.
Okay, I will create a user on my test site, but it won't allow me to sync as it is
The permission issue.
local host. Let me log into the test site. I have created a cover for one user. It has no issues with user permissions. Okay, I will go and create a new workflow, new user, capture response here, and add new. Yes, the username is Rohani. Rohani at FlowMattic. I will not add your last name for on purpose. Okay,
Okay. All right.
and let's say if we yeah, it is captured right here. The response is captured instantly, so you don't need to wait for few minutes like it were you need to with SaaS automation tools. Okay, so yeah, we have created a new user trigger here, and I will forward this request to, let's see, we will use out Weibo for doing same things, but sorry, API works best. I will post these to. I guess I will be able to here create new users here, right? Oh, it is. It's,
Because okay, let me see if I can adjust this.
yeah, so we can go ahead and try this workflow how it works, and
Yeah.
meanwhile I will get the other things done. API endpoint. Let's say I will create a new workflow here using the webhook. I will use the webhook URL as API endpoint URL. If you want the authentication layer, you can turn on you can enable the webhook authentication and then pass the use the basic authentication to pass the details for authentication. I will just skip the authentication for now. Let's say I want to send the WordPress user login. The first name.
Okay, so the XYZ site, right? You are
Hmm.
having permission issue.
Yeah.
What you can do, you can log out, and I am going to send you a message
Okay.
with username and password.
Okay, great. Let me know once you are done. I will continue.
Yep, I'm done.
Okay, so last name is not.
So,
The last name is here as well, but it is blank. I will last name. Okay. Uh.
yeah, it's fine. It's a very long password, so just copy paste from there.
Okay. Copy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, okay. Let me check. Let me check. Uh, okay, okay. Try now. Try now.
okay. Yeah. No, it don't work.
Still don't work. Okay. What is this? Okay. Can you try now?
Same password.
Yep.
Yep. What?
Sorry about that.
Perfect. Add new. Oh, still permission issues.
Still permission issues. I have given it administrator.
Yes.
Uh, okay. Then what I will do, you can log out,
Okay.
and I give you another username. This is the site actual admin.
Yeah, actually, I can access all the other things, but not just the users.
Not just the user part.
Hmm.
Okay, I get it. I get it. So use this email address, and I'm setting the same password for this.
Okay. Should I log out now? Same password.
One second, I haven't saved it yet.
Okay.
Okay, let me quickly save this. Okay, done. Done.
Yeah, I can now users. New. Yeah, it works now.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get back to the workflow. I will copy the workflow, webhook URL, and replace it here. Now I have a trigger as WordPress new user, which we have already captured. The second step is the action step, which is we are using API to send the new WordPress user details to this site. Okay, so let's send user login, first name and last name. If I guess we don't need yeah, we need one email one. I forgot. Okay, so yeah, the email is here. Now let's capture response here first, and once it says for waiting for response, we will send it here. Yeah, the response is captured, and yeah, we see here the first name, the last name is blank as I kept it blank on purpose. The email. Now I will create a new user here, or let's say update user, but it requires the user ID. I will create a new user. Username will be the user login. Email I will use from what I received from the webhook. First name is received on webhook, and the last name is there as well. Okay, I'll say generate passwords automatically, and the user role will be, let's say, administrator. Okay, the notify email setting is whether you want to notify admin or the user or both, or if you want to skip the notifications. I will just skip the notification for now. Let's say save and test action and how it works. Yeah, the user is created and the user ID is 3. So this works like if the user is already exist, it returns the user ID. If the user ID is not exist, it will create new and assign return the user ID here. Let's give it another 7 test action, and you will see that the user ID is 3. That's perfect, I guess. Yeah, so let's get to the new action, that is or what, update user. Now we have the user ID. I will just update the first and last name. The first name and the last name. I'm using same data from webhook, because if you have the sorry, you have the user already created, it won't touch the data. You just get the user ID and return in the first step. So we have to update it using the same data. Just save and test action. Okay, now let's go to our users part and see. We have Rohani's account here, and you can see the last name is blank. I will set the workflow live, save it once, and this is for new users. So I need to create a new workflow for user update. So here you go, WordPress user profile updated, capture response. I will update the Rohani's profile here. I'll add the last name only and update the user. You can see the last name is added here now. Yep. Now I need to pass the same details. Rohani, so here it comes like I want to send same data to the data to the same webhook. Okay.
Yep.
Instead of creating it from scratch, I will just right click on the action step and click copy. Go back to the workflow, select the API, and just click on the paste settings. It will copy all the settings from that workflow, and you can just replace all those, or if you want to add new ones, you can just pick the data from here. It is same like user email is there. with the same dynamic tag. Last name is there with the same dynamic tag, so you don't need to do much work here, rework. I mean, just since we have added the last name here, I will just go ahead and send a test request, so it will update the workflow. Let's refresh this. Sorry, what's going on? Oh, it says the failed.
Maybe the user already exists.
Ah, no, I guess. Yeah, we can check if the user is exist here as well. User WordPress. Let's say get user by email, and we will see if the user is exist. User not found. Oh, how is it possible? Oh, email is not updated. That's why. Update user. I will add email as well. Hmm. Yeah, it is here now.
But it's normal during live to do these experiments. It will always create a problem.
Okay,
But
so
that's
if the
but that's
user,
good too because people get to see how to fix it if they run into the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
Not always a bad thing.
yeah, thanks Alberto. Yeah, so we will have a workflow here now. Since it will sorry action step that will check for the if the user is exist. Let's check if the user is not exist. What the response we get? Okay, so this is the response we need for this action step. We will only execute this action step if the message exactly matches user not found for the given email. Okay, now we have a text formatter here that allows you to set a user ID. Just a second, let me check. It is not empty value. Okay, so if I need to correct this one so I can get the dynamic tag correctly. Okay, so we will see if the get user by email ID is blank. I mean, if it doesn't exist, we will use the user ID from the step 3. Okay, this should work now. And instead of using the user ID from WordPress third, we will use this one, which we set as default. What this action step will do, it will check if the WordPress second step has ID. If it doesn't have, it will check. It will assign the value from the third one, as we will be creating user there, and we will get the user ID from that very step. Should be working now. Let's do a and test action. Yep, success. What is done now? Okay, we got the user ID. We have updated the user. Let's see. Okay, the last name is there now. I will set this workflow live and update your first name. Let's say with Ruhani 401. Wait the user. Let's first check if this workflow has run correctly. Yes, it is. Now let's check if the user first name is, yep, it is changed here.
Right.
Okay, so this way you can sync the users across sites. I just use a few fields, the first name, last name, email, and user login for creating the user. But user login is not required. Or you can, sorry, you can change all other user fields as well. You can just copy these workflows over the new site here and do the same with webhook URL from this site. So it will two-way sync. If you update the user on this site, it will update on this site automatically. Let's remove it to see if it works or not. Again, update user and done. So yeah, it's working. Let's see the history. It is success. The capture data, it has the first name as Ruhani. The previous one was Ruhani underscore 01. This is for the
Fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic. So I in the because we are already on the 1 hour mark, I think some people fall asleep or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly show from my live site some of the one of the SaaS example, because just now we saw some of it is basically from WordPress to WordPress communication, and one of them is communicating with sessions. So let's take a quick look on
Just 1 second, I want to
yeah.
mention, if you are, I mean, most of the people are like how it is compared to bit integrations and all. If you at the workflow I just created, it has around 5 to, let me be perfect, it has around 5 different tasks, 5 different
Exactly.
steps. You won't be able to do that with that plugin. So you can see the comparison in front of you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so there's a YouTube video out there by Janik from WP Simple Hacks that goes over Flomatic as well. He
Yes.
shows how to create coupon codes, everything automatic with
Between
WooCommerce.
two e-commerce site.
Yep, he did a great job doing that video. I found it very helpful, even simple things of how to take your WooCommerce stuff and go to Google Sheets and stuff like that. So he did a real good job. If you guys are into WooCommerce and
Yeah.
looking to automate
I have posted the
coupons,
video
things
link.
like that.
I think you guys can
Nice.
pick it up from the comment. Thank you, Alberto, for the video link.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show a very quick one because people has asked about what do you call this, the SaaS products. So I'll just go quickly into it. Hopefully they will get an idea. This is a live example, so there is no what do you call this? There is no, I mean, this is not for testing. This is actual site. So it's very simple. You can see what I'm doing is basically I'm taking the contact form, which is using Fluent Form. The owner of the Fluent Form is still here. Are you still here?
Great product.
So when there is a new form get submission, and what I do, I put a delay. It's always good to have a slight delay so the operations can process the things. Then I send it to verify the email through Reown email verifier. There are other products similar to this you can also use to verify the email. And what I do then, if the condition means if the mail is verified, it's good, then I do a delay and I send it to Akumba Mail. I have a specific list for the contact forms, and also to Vbout. So this can also go to MailChimp. This can also go to other platform. So this is just one simple one. Let me just go back and I show you a very different example.
Not a simple.
So I have a multiple type of hosted system. So what I do every hour, I actually parse a website and look for a request code, which is basically tells me if my site is having a bad response on the server. So what I do, I have a webhook programmed that if I call that webhook, it will automatically redeploy the application without updating the database.
Wow.
So this is I have it for few other things that because I have self-hosted active pieces. I think it is on AppSumo, but this is my edition. So what happens occasionally, it will freeze up. So I call I check the web page parser and then I just call the webhook to restart the service. So so you see how far I'm going. Even though this is a 3-step example, what I did on a server side, I created a webhook system that works on IP. So if somebody called the webhook, then they can actually restart the process and such things. So there are many possibilities. I'm sure you are getting it now that it can be done in multiple different ways. And I also want to quickly show you another thing. Where is it? So somebody asked me, I think a few weeks back or a few months back, that can I update a WordPress post, a particular area automatically? So what I did, I used the webhook feature in the FlowMattic, and then I went parse something from some other website. So I think this one I send data from another application in my VPS that sends this data over here, and then it update a specific post. This is the diesel price and RON 95 petrol and not RON 97 petrol. It will update this post with the latest data. So you can do all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I will get back to you, Naz, on this one after in the Q&A session. So as you can see, these are some of the examples that you can do, but this is not limited to this. So you can actually do not have to do anything on WordPress at all. You can just go all out. So imagine you are sending information to Moxie and then use the user's email address and send him a personalized OpenAI generated, prompt generated, beautiful email to them if they are customers. And they started, the whole process is actually started from make forms, then Moxie, then reply to OpenAI. But in between, you also have SendGrid to send out the email. So see, all these 4 or 5 applications is outside of the WordPress scope, but your engine is sitting on WordPress because you already have a website. So why not you make use of it? So I have gone through the trouble of analyzing FlowMattic's performance degradation, if there is any. So I can tell you, after monitoring the server for at least 72 hours, and I have not found a single CPU spike or RAM spike. So this is one of the beautiful things that gave me a utmost respect to the product, that I am running so many of these hourly and concurrent few other processes, and it didn't spike the CPU. Because what it does, when you are calling a database entry, if it is not large, if it is not querying a huge chunk of data, it will not take up your CPU. So somebody actually talked about these, that do I need a specific? No, you can run it on cPanel. You can run it. 5 of my websites are running FlowMattic on cPanel. So those are tiny server, but cPanel is very optimized because they use Cloud Linux, and Cloud Linux is very optimized. And that is what you needed to know, because I'm a practical user. this is just one example. I have another 4 sites that are running a bit more complex stuff. So,
Can you show me the dashboard?
right, right.
I'm curious to see how many tasks you are consuming.
So
Wow.
yeah, even though I have less amount of tasks created, but my executions are quite a lot.
Let's consider each workflow has a minimum 4 steps. It's still going above 20,000,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's too within the last 7 days. So
yeah. That's in last 7 days. So
it's
what I did, because I know Flomatic keeps a very nice history, and what I like to do, I set it as 7 days history. So in that way, it doesn't become too big.
yep.
So this depends on your preference. For me, 7 days is good enough.
Yeah, many of our users actually setting it to 2 days, 3 days,
Right, right.
since they
Because
are
it's just a log file. Yeah,
yeah they are consuming like 10 to 12,000 webhooks a day.
yeah.
So it's too much for them if they gonna keep the
My Fluent form entry is 555. I remember this.
that's
All
good.
right. So this is from my side. Now we are going to go into the Q&A stage. Uh, I think I will start with, there is some questions about, what do you call this? About pricing and stuff. So I will start with this because a lot of people are asking. So before Nitin gets into it, I also want to mention that this was not the original pricing. It built up. There is so much work put into it, and then the pricing can go up because it grows exponentially. So what it was 2 years back, it is way much more ahead 2 years later. So this is, I will start from the bottom. If you have any other questions, please put in. I will try to surface them as well. So I want to, before I want to give it to Nitin, I also want to inform about another user. His name is Siddharth Pal,
Yeah.
and he commented on my YouTube just now. Very good supporter of FlowMattic, and I want to tell his side of the story. In his FlowMattic dashboard, it is 54,000 tasks in 7 days. Now, you digest that one. Those who are talking about Pabbly, let me tell you one thing. They will give you $699. You will get 10,000 tasks per month. And can you come back to me and tell me how you are going to manage 54,000 tasks in 7 days with Pabbly? I give the mic to Nitin. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
let
Thanks.
me surface the question.
Thanks, Ronnie. Let me first get to the 54,000 task limit. It is not actually the tasks executed. What we count is the entire workflow execution as one task. And what other automation tools count is every action step as a one task. So that's more than 200,000 tasks if he has around 4 action steps in his workflow. So the savings are too huge, so no no worries about that.
Yeah. So I think
Question
Naz asked me this question.
was
So
yeah.
yes, I am trying to use one as the CRM. It is part of my learning process because you guys are already expert in this. I am just putting my toes into this and trying to understand what if I need the contacts in both places. So if I want to do some email marketing, and I was talking with Alberto, right, that how I can start the email marketing because I have so much traffic, but I haven't converted them into the email marketing part. So yes, because of that. So the pricing, this one I will give it to Nitin. I already said my piece, so Nitin can explain a little bit more.
So it's the first reason for to be expensive. Return with carefully to run in limited resources. Yes, this might be the first reason, but the first reason it is expensive is that we are not uh, costing for just next 2 or 3 months or development or what we are planning for the next 2 to 3 years actually. The cost you are paying is not for what the plugin is today. It is for what the plugin will be after a few months. And
Thank you, Nitin. So I will go to the next one.
are there
But
any?
there's a couple other things with it, right? So you have to appreciate the early adopters that
Yes,
jumped on it before you had all these things. So it's
true.
not fair to them if you try to sell it at the same price you did a year ago. So I think that's part of it too. So there's and you could see there's a lot of love for Nitin, so he doesn't want to offend anybody and he doesn't want anyone to be upset. So there's more, there's a lot to it. The plugin is developing, he cares about everyone that's in his community. He's helped me numerous times. He's gone above and beyond. Like I said in the beginning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's still working on the
The
show.
most important part that he doesn't have to do it because it
He
doesn't fall
doesn't.
under the scope of support because he's doing the extra
No.
mile. So every time a person going to the extra mile is means he is taking his extra 1 hour time, 2 hour time from his own time which he need to dedicate for his product and taking it for us. We are individuals, right? So we are just small fishes in the sea, but he is taking the time uh, to to entertain us. So
Yes,
um,
there is
yeah,
minimum requirements for hosting server or WP version to be able to run. The minimum requirements, let me share with you. Just a second.
do you want to show your screen?
No, no, just a second.
Okay, great. All right.
Okay, I'm done. Okay. The minimum WordPress requirement is 5.2 at least. You should have running 5.2 version of WordPress, and that requires PHP 7 and above. Beyond that,
Okay.
it is up to you if you want to how many tasks you want to consume. You can set up the server depend on that particular requirement.
I can help in the process. So I am running about another 12 processes that runs about every 1 minute.
Mhm.
So there I have task execution is about 100,000 per week, but that is running on a 512 MB VPS one core
Okay,
without any spike.
that's great. So I don't know if we have the user here, the Alexander. I helped him last month to set up a VPS as he was consuming too much webhooks. The one I give example of many times is the 12,000 webhooks a day. That's what he was consuming and had a few issues with webhook queues. So I introduced the webhook queue method, and it was he was just going beyond that the 12,000. So he set up a AWS server, the tier one, I guess.
Yeah, tier one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And he set up the server with server avatar size. He don't have any idea of the setting up the server, so use the server avatar for that, and he's now I mean too happy with the what the executions are getting through it.
fantastic.
Minimum requirement is what your WordPress can run on. That is 5.2 plus PHP 7.
7. PHP 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Server, you don't need to be on VPS. We have tested it on SiteGround, Bluehost, Big Rock, and a few other shared hosting as well. And we haven't had any issues with that.
fantastic.
Do
So
you
this is I'm not exactly sure. I think is HM Shuza.
Mhm.
Do you have any template that can send lead from Google Ads or Facebook Ads to Google Sheets?
Google Lead ads? We have integration done last week about the Google Lead ads. You can just they actually provide you a webhook setup. You can just set it up and get your leads into the webhook and then share it with the Google Sheets or any other app you want. About the Facebook lead ads, we are really feeling much in trouble as the Facebook keeps denying their app approval due to several reasons, and the fact that they take the time for a single replies goes beyond 28 days.
Yeah,
So
it's very slow, super slow.
it's too slow actually. I haven't had that issue with any other platforms yet now. Once the app is approved, Facebook lead ads will be released immediately. So don't be rest assured of that.
All right.
And I think you mentioned in the other live that you were in, part of the reason is because it's hosted on people's own website. It would be different if Facebook would approve it
Getting
if
Yes.
it was hosted on yours.
much easier.
Yep. I think Jaideep has an interesting question.
Uh,
So, is there any plan to go cloud version of this?
we do have plans, but not on immediate basis, or maybe that will take much time. What our main focus is developing the Flomatic plugin. For the cloud-based version, we have different plans. We want to keep our promise of unlimited tasks. So
I
that
can
will,
understand.
yeah, that will be developed differently. So you could you could still enjoy the unlimited task even if you don't have a WordPress site or you don't have any WordPress server to set up. Once we add more developers to the team, I'm actually planning to put those developers to on work of Flomatic cloud version. It will happen, but not immediately.
Yep. Okay. So, someone also interested to see if,
Telegram bot. Okay, great. I guess we have. You mentioned Siddharth Pal, and he already has integrated Telegram bot on his site. So
yep.
if you connect with Siddharth, he can surely help you with setting up the Telegram bot.
So, it happens to be his comment is the next one I'm going to show.
Okay. I love the
So,
format.
he took the time to join the YouTube and he's commenting from YouTube. Thanks, Siddharth, for joining. And yeah, yeah. So he have done quite a lot of different type of integrations, and I hope someday he will make
So
some tutorials. It will be amazing.
yeah, we will have Flomatic experts on our site. Soon it will be released. We are currently actually have 4 to 5 experts, and we will open the expert profiles for anyone who wants to get in. So it will a win-win situation for both of us.
Yeah. And I was talking about this with Alberto day before yesterday. I think, right? Something along the line. Then Tawhid from Bangladesh, he's from my home country. He's saying that FlowMattic is fantastic tool, simply fantastic. Means he's using this.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tori.
Then I have a next question. Does it have? Yes, we have actually answered and showed it on the demo. So I hope this already answered your thing, and you can actually go further with it. I
LinkedIn,
am.
is not there as LinkedIn.
Link, it has the similar case as Facebook because for LinkedIn to verify your website as a return point is difficult.
Yeah,
So most probably in the future, we might need to look at something like a connector, which is sitting on the FlowMattic side, and the connector creates a connection between my site and LinkedIn.
different.
Yeah, is different. Yeah, this one. Yeah,
Session. Okay. May I know what kind of workflow is possible with Flomatic? It depends on your use case, to be honest.
yeah. It depends on the use case. You have to imagine something that okay, I want to do this.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
that is how you start. And Woginder also asked, can it run a shared hosting? Yes, definitely you can. So I'm also running one instance with Ragnar, $10 cPanel per year, which is very cost effective.
Wow.
Yep.
Actually, the first thing we did about hosting testing is that we tested with the shared hosting servers, shared hosting plans only, since there are a lot of users using shared hosting instead of the VPS.
So now also mentioned, if you're in the FlowMattic group, you can see consistent support. Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Um, the
And it's
only
nice because you could see a lot of people that already have this product, yet they took their time out on a Saturday to come
yeah,
and join.
yep.
And they're helping out and answering some questions as well.
So his comment is long, so I will read the next part of his comment. The only other LTD that is at this level of support, updates, and care is Crawl IQ. Pay the extra 100 for that peace of mind for a proven LTD and team. Definitely, they will, I can agree. So I think somebody else was saying that going with a hosted solution. So self-hosting always sounds like saving a money, but isn't. At the end of the day, you'd be spending a lot of time. I'm going to answer this one. Self-hosting automation system has its pros and cons, definitely, but sooner or later, managed or probably will be better. Yeah, you can come back to me when you're running 100,000 tasks. Why time is money? Definitely, I know this. So self-hosted, I have about 45 self-hosted sites, and that's for fun. And all of their content I'm updating and managing. So no, it doesn't take time because I have automation. You see how I'm coming back to the same point. I have automated the services using FlowMattic. If a server goes down, it will reboot the server and restart all the service and send me a report. So that is the level I am doing automation. So I'm not trying to boast here, but I'm a sudoer. You know what does that mean? Means I write sudo command.
I got it.
So that is just my fun things to do every evening. So yes, I can manage all my hosted services. So yes, we can debate on it. In some part, you are right. In some part, we both are right. Let's put it in that way. Thank you. Thank you for giving the thoughts, and it matters. Your thought matters, and I am absolutely happy to see this kind of comment. Very thoughtful, very to the point, and this is remarkable. This makes these live streams remarkable. Your comment.
Definitely.
Oh, this is interesting.
Would you agree that when you launch the cloud version, it would be priced similar to Public Connect? The reason I ask is this. Okay, I guess there's a
Oh, okay, it cut off.
Yeah. The reason I ask is that training the automation system is not cheap. No, it won't be priced similarly to the existing automation platforms as they are using a single server or say a high price server. And what we are planning is completely different. I can't reveal the secret. So
Yes. Yeah, fantastic answer. Yeah, because this is not something you can say, because what will happen that the competitors can pick this up.
yep, definitely.
Yeah, this is definitely one
On
of those
the
things.
last few months, so can't just reveal those secrets.
Yes, thank you. And I am really surprised tonight, because usually our Saturday stream always have less number of people, and I am just amazed that the amount of people turned up today and stick with us. You know what was the important part of this stream? Because we didn't do any what do you call this, giveaway and stuff, right? And because it always pulls people into the live stream, but this round we didn't do. But because people took their time, and if Nitin allows, what I will do, I will give to people who really need automation on their WordPress, but they have to give me access so I can install it for them. So I will give two licenses. Is it allowed? I'm not asking them for money or anything. It's just a gift.
Yeah, sure, you can share. No,
Yeah. So it's rather best to ask first before doing this type of things. So yeah, I will do that. If you are really keen on testing this out, I will give you that is under a lifetime license. But all I have to do is to access your site and install a plugin and install this license. So I don't reveal the license. That's about it. So reach out to me and yeah, make your case. So thank you so much, Nitin. I know it's quite a while. We had a long stream today, 1 hour 30 minutes,
Yeah,
but I think this is one of the best stream I have seen in terms of the things that we have went through. And you guys still have questions, please feel free to throw at us. Join the FlowMattic group. It's nice. You can ask the questions, and you will see how fast you get responses.
Yeah,
Wow, wow, wow! I don't know. I don't know. This is making me. I don't know. This is making me super happy. Thank you, Ankit. Thinking of that way, and thank you, Jaideep. Everyone who attended, I am very, very obliged and very, very thankful that you have done. And I don't know who commented this. Let me check. Somebody said that see you, Nitin, in
only around
Pune.
early.
I couldn't see because it's multi-streaming.
Yeah,
Um,
she's one of the users recently got the license. He stays around 10 to 12 kilometers from me.
okay,
nice.
okay. So it says is Nilesh. Uh,
Oh,
right, right. I couldn't see his ID over here. So
he
again,
might be Nilesh Madhure.
yes, yes, it's him. So there is, we have gone live in 4 different places, and
Mhm.
thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Alberto. You have done a lot of background work. Sometimes I don't thank you enough. And thank you, Nitin, to give this dedicated time. 1 hour 30 minutes. That's a lot of time. And thank you for replying all the questions, guys. Before I go, let me tell you this thing. I know it is kind of self promotion, but it is also Flomatic. So I'm just going to tell you that I think there is just about 2 to 3 hours left for the 15% discount on the limited lifetime deal.
Yeah, that's
Let me just show this quickly on the stream. So there is a 15% lifetime deal. It's finishing tonight. So the code is Alibert Flowmatic 15.
mhm.
So the pricing plan is here. You can deduct the 15% from this. This is my blog post. I went quite a lot. It's about 4,000 words long, and you can see from the table of content, it has a lot of content. And I have given some real life scenario of things, and some of the examples I picked up from Flomatic itself.
Mhm.
So I also went to the point that who should use Flomatic and who should not use, and such things. So where can you use? So I also highlighted this is an important part, that a lot of common misconception is just because it's a WordPress plugin, it only works in WordPress. No, no, no. It can go far beyond the SaaS scene, beyond the WordPress ecosystem. So in that note, I want to say bye for now. And thank you all. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you,
Thanks,
Nitin.
everyone.
Thank
Thanks, everyone.
If Nitin want to say something at the end, let me just disable my screen. Yep. Okay, Nitin, you want to say
thank
something before we all go?
thanks a lot, Rohani, for the live today.
You
And
don't have to thank me. Trust me. I really wanted to do this.
no issues actually. This build up the confidence within the community when many people speak about the product, and you see how it can be used, multiple use cases, and some people discuss. I mean, multiple people discuss about the different use cases. This actually build up the confidence for both the users and me as a founder So yeah, we can do this and that. We get multiple ideas from users. So I was ready to do the live streams for that
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
reason.
Thank you so much. So have a wonderful day over there, Alberto, and have a good night to Nitin. I guess you are also hungry. It's late.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next show.
Thanks, everyone.